My name is Jenna Palant, and I'm a style-crazed full-time creative living in sunny San Diego. In 2016, my husband and I purchased our forever home, and now, in between balancing my upholstery business, our 4 dogs, and just life in general, I'm going to renovate our home room by room, project by project myself, with some fun help from a few of my friends along the way. And I'm going to share it all with you right here on YouTube. So, are you ready to see a room bloom?
Welcome to our dining room. That's right, color loves. We are finally adding color to this communal eating space.
But color isn't the only design element we are incorporating into this transformation project. No sirree, Bob. We are also incorporating texture. Of course, not in the usual sense, but more on that later. To get started on this dining room built-ins transformation, you're going to see me do a process I've done multiple times here on Room Bloom, and that's good old painting prep, the surefire way to successfully paint stained and already sealed wood furniture. First, remove the built-ins doors and all of their fixtures. Next, scrape away any loose paint or old caulking, cleaning up the mess you just made, plus the entire work area right after. You'll thank me later. Trust me, as there is nothing worse than finding random debris dried in your beautiful paint job. Then to take the cleaning one step further, we are now going to wipe down the entire wood built-in with a product that is not only a cleaner, but also acts as a sandpaper. Yeppers, you know how I love it, die-hard color loves. Deglosser, which is basically liquid magic, prepping the entire built-in surface for the first part of its transformation, but not before we finish our prep work. After the deglosser has dried to the touch, apply new paintable caulking to any needed area of the built-in. Allow it to dry, and then it's time to frog tape every area I don't want any primer to go. And as you can see, painting prep takes a lot of time because it's a lot of work, y'all. A lot of important work. Yes, it's the most unfun part of the job, but it's also the most crucial. Okay, so now we are moving from the unfun part to the smelly part. Priming the entire built-in surface with Zinsser's oil-based covers, stain, primer, and sealer that I had tinted with black at the paint counter in order to make the future paint job of a darker hue that much more easy to cover. Now, the bare paint color I chose for this design might surprise y'all as it isn't the boldest or the brightest. It is, however, the best hue to go on the body of the piece in order to make these built-ins countertops work. It was either a dark blue or a black, and well, the living room's fireplace is already black, so Starless Night by Behr it was, which now brings us to texture. Texture, by definition, is the visual or tactile surface characteristics and appearance of something. Just when you thought I couldn't double down on my love of disco balls anymore, this colorful weirdo decided to add texture to this built-in by creating a one-of-a-kind disco ball backsplash for our dining room space. The only problem was my creative idea was not executing as I had hoped. I've worked with disco ball mirrors multiple times in both my life and career. I mean, sure, it had been a while, but damn, this was not going well. So I mulled over the problems I was experiencing using entire sheets of disco balls at once. I studied a disco ball, obsessed over its shape, how it moves. Oh my gosh, Jenna, I had just been going about it wrong. I had been applying these disco ball mirrors like tile, but these are not like tile. These are disco ball mirrors. Disco ball mirrors that are not at all cut the same each sheet. So after 3 days of wanting to scream into a pillow, I woke up with a new perspective. Hell, I learned something new as a designer. I could not install an entire sheet at a time. I had to cut each sheet into strips with a razor and then apply the disco ball mirrors strip by strip. So if it looks like I'm putting disco ball mirrors on the top of disco ball mirrors, well, that's because I am. I was not going to waste more time scraping off what I had already applied. I would just cover the sheets of the disco ball mirrors strip by strip with new disco ball mirrors. Both a costly and time-sucking lesson for sure. But I could simply not leave the built-in backdrop with my first round of handiwork. That's just not the type of person I am. So once that panic at the disco was relieved, I still had some last-minute design details to wrap, like cutting out the built-in's edge with matching wall paint, which for the life of me, I don't know why I left it to the very last, but I did. Then reinstalling the brass door pulls, changing out the beige outlets for white ones, leaving only the reveal. Even though this transformation really pushed my stamina as an interior designer, I could not be happier with my creative take on texture. The disco ball backsplash makes me shriek with delight every time my eyes take a glisten. It not only transformed the entire dining room's built-in into a showstopper, but also made it so these I would never choose for myself countertops work within our home without compromising the interior landscape we are working so hard to achieve. I sure hope you've enjoyed yet another blah from ta-da transformation here on Room Bloom. Until next time, color loves, laters.